Cubic 851, turn right, heading 180. Order 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established.
Hey everyone, welcome to DJ's Aviation. A popular question that has been asked is, will we ever see a Boeing 787 freighter? After all, the 787 is an extremely successful aircraft, so it would only make sense that we may see them introduce a freighter variant to further boost that series of aircraft. Well, today I'll be exploring this very question. While I'm going to definitely be looking at a huge number of aspects to this question, it really is quite difficult to say upfront whether or not there will be one. In saying all this, we first need to determine what variant the 787 freighter would be. There are three different options: the 787-8, 787-9, and the 787-10. All of these are intended to serve very different purposes. My first guess for this 787 freighter would be the Dash 9, so a 787-9F. Why is this, you may ask? Well, it's down to the other aircraft that Boeing currently have on offer in the freight market. That includes the 777F and the 767F. But as we know, soon due to the new regulations and rules, the 767F won't be allowed to be delivered or produced. So the 787-9 makes perfect sense because it's in the middle, yet it isn't too close to the 777F to directly rival it and take customers away from that variant, rendering it useless. The problem Boeing would face is launching a 787 freighter. While good because of the growth in the market, it would mean that it would be very close to the 777F and 767F regardless, and offer very little difference. If cargo airlines were to assess the price, even if they needed a space like the 787F, they may instead eye the 777F instead, purely because in this sort of industry, you can never have too much space, and with future growth in the industry as well, cargo airlines may need it. The reason for not choosing the 787-10 as the freighter option is it's too close to the 777F in my opinion. My thoughts are we will still see a 777X freighter instead of a 787-10 freighter. I may be wrong, but to me it does make more sense and follows the current 777 freighter up very nicely as an upgraded version for existing operators. When saying this, it may be launched in 25 years, 30 years. It's honestly just going to depend. Why would we not see this? Well, as I mentioned very briefly before, but not perfectly, the market is quite full at the moment. When you think about it, in comparison to Airbus, Boeing offer a huge amount of cargo aircraft, ranging from the older 737 Classics, to the 737-800 converted freighters, to the 767 freighters, to the 747-8Fs, to the 777Fs. They have almost every single avenue covered. Now in saying that, fast forward 20 years, and some of these aircraft won't be around. That means realistically, we may only have the 747-8, 737 MAX freighters, and maybe the 777X freighter. And that's all just a prediction. If this was to go this way, I could see the NMA freighter taking the place of the 787-9F, if that makes sense. If the 797 doesn't launch, then a 787 variant could be on the cards. In saying all of this, it is important to realise that a few years ago, the 787 freighter was really on the cards, with Boeing openly noting that they were extremely interested in launching a 787 freighter anywhere from 2018 to 2023. But from this time, we really haven't heard much, and now in 2018, it appears a NMA freighter may be on the cards first. After all, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. At this point in time, Boeing is coping quite well with the growth and obviously doesn't see, at this stage, the benefits to launching a 787 cargo variant. Boeing, on top of all of this, really want to keep their older aircraft going as long as possible. That's your 757s and 767s. So if Boeing can avoid flushing billions either into a new aircraft or a conversion, they will try to avoid it. Another thing we should note is the A330 freighter, the supposed rival to the Boeing 787. While their passenger aircraft has sold very well, the same can't be said for their freighter, which has sold very little units and really isn't selling full stop. So in turn, there isn't a huge need to launch a direct rival to that if your competition isn't succeeding. Maybe if Airbus launches their A330neo F and it does well, Boeing would look to accelerate either the launch of their NMA freighter or either conversion of some of their older 787s. Another valid point is that the 787s are still very young aircraft. You'll recall me noting earlier that maybe in 20 years we'd see a 787 freighter, and that is still a possibility. First and foremost, the 787 is a passenger aircraft, and seeming it is very new with so many airlines, there isn't really any point wasting that time when it's at its peak by converting it to a freighter. You'd be better off doing that when the 787 is nearing the end of its life cycle. Take for instance the 737-800s. The newer Max is coming into the picture, and these older Dash 800s are slowly being phased out. But instead of them heading straight to the scrap, they are being converted and are getting every last bit of energy out of them and putting them through their paces as cargo aircraft. This is why cargo planes are known as workhorses, because they've had very tough lives not only as passenger aircraft, but then the move to cargo aircraft. This whole subject is very interesting in my opinion, so if I've left anything out, which I may have certainly done, don't hesitate to bring it up in the comment section below. Also, feel free to discuss what I've been saying in the comment section, like do you believe the 787 freighter is a good idea, or should they wait? Let me know. I'd like to thank you very much for your support. If you did enjoy this video, feel free to drop it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I do look forward to you all joining me in the next one.
And we'll fly.